Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kayode Victor. Today I'm going to be walking you through some basic tasks that some tasks on laptops that require graphics processing unit, which is the GPU. The GPU. You recall in my subsequent videos we've been looking at GPUs, the manufacturers, what are the what are the different form factors of GPU, how do they operate. So this video I'm going to be looking at we are going to be looking at some five tags that required GPU, your laptops to have GPU, or GPUs are essential for them to perform well, because this is one of the questions I receive every now and then. Okay, most times people want to get laptops, people want to get computers, but they don't really know. They keep asking what is the GPU, and most times even when it's just for maybe typing, for reading, people still keep asking what is the GPU. They don't really know that there are some tasks that they don't necessarily require a very high amount of dedicated video memory. So today we are going to be looking at some tags that five major tags that if you want to do with your system, you require a GPU. So without further ado, let's dive in. Number one on my list, we have video editing. And this is in no order. But you find out most of what people use laptops or computers for more these days is things that has to revolve around video editing, editing videos, editing pictures. So most times when you are dealing high with with heavy videos like that, your laptops will be required to have a GPU, because you can run out of memory, that's RAM now, and the GPU is the one that will enable the processor not to get fried, because there are some tasks that you can subject your processor to that it can overheat the processor, thereby shutting down the motherboard completely. So you require at least as much as you can get, or as little as you can get, of video memory when you are going to of GPU when you are going to video editing. So that's the number one, is video editing and picture editing. Then the second on my list is science-based AI and machine learning. Now, when you are dealing with okay, during my project as an undergraduate, I work with a kind of data called nighttime light data. Now, this nighttime light data, they are so heavy that just a single satellite imagery can take up to like 1.3 gig, just a single satellite imagery. And by the time you are done extracting some of this image, they take as high as 10 gig, 12 gig in size. So your system will need to have the required video memory for it to be able to analyze this data very well. Look, I can even call it big data. Let's call it big data, so when you are dealing with things that has to do with machine learning, big data, and all this satellite based imagery, you need a very good graphics processing unit. That's secondly. Another name for some of these data, you can even call them satellite imageries. They can be called satellite imageries as well. Then the third thing, that if you are using if you are to that require tags that require GPU, is another thing, is we have what we call animation. Those who create cartoons, those who create all kinds of these video arts. So sometimes some of this software, in fact, a software like Blender, for example, Blender might not really work effectively if your system doesn't have a GPU. So it's very highly recommended. Some of the systems that carry Blender these days, that without even having GPU, some, it's not as if they don't have it outrightly. And let me put it this way, a laptop cannot even exist without having a GPU, just that they are very low. So maybe a system having just 500 MB maybe memory GPU now, You can't really say is dedicated. That's why you hear us say dedicated. When they say a system is dedicated, it means it has a special chip which looks like the processor, but this one only process graphics. So people into animation will require most often times for them to have a dedicated video memory. The GPU is very important when you are into animation, cartoon creation, and the rest. So the next task that will require, which is the number fourth on the list, the next task that if you are you want to venture into will require dedicated video memory are things like okay, I've made mention of editing of cartoons already, which is animation. The next thing you need is rendering. When you are dealing with maybe modeling and rendering using a software like maybe architectural softwares, generally most architectural softwares and civil rendering softwares require dedicated video memory because they are handling a high amount of data, which and they will need to model a lot of things which will require this this dedicated video memory. And the very last on my list, I told you this video was not made in any order, is gaming. A lot of guys play games a lot, some adventure game and the rest. If you want to effectively, I'm not talking of Zuma, games like Zuma, of course you don't need any very high graphics for Zuma, but if you want to go into gaming, let's say you are the type that play games like God of War, games like maybe PS, all these FIFA games and the rest, you will be your system. Some of these games might not even work if they can't find a processing unit, which is the GPU on your laptop. Most of them will not work. So thank you very much. This is not an extensive list, but at least I hope I was able to communicate some of the top 5 tasks, or let me say basic tasks, that you want to do with your laptop, that it is highly required you get a GPU. See you in my next video. My name is Kayode Victor. Thank you very much.